Hey YouTube, it's JP Dillon. Today for your viewing pleasure we have this minty, oozing with 70s faux wood goodness Sony Trinitron, model kv-1942r, R meaning remote control set. And as we can see here, it also has the EconoQuick, which basically was a quick warm-up colder cathode CRT that came up really fast. But you can see it's got its original adjustment tools, presets. There's all your user controls, channel presets. It's got the lumesponder, which is basically a light-sensitive resistor that changes the brightness based on room conditions. I like the backwards numbers here. You can see it's pretty minty. It's happy. I picked this up off the curb in kind of a ritzy neighborhood. This was in Bankers Hill, and they were clearing out an estate. Yeah. They were throwing a bunch of stuff out on the curb, and I saw this thing, and I said, ew. Gotta add that to the collection of 70s cheesiness. And it's heavy. I had to lug this thing up a steep driveway. It's about 75 pounds. If we take a look at the back here, that's why I have it on the cart, is because moving this is not really easy. There's our kv-1942r serial number. You've got your screen adjustment, vertical hold, vertical size. Not much more to it than that as far as the user is concerned. It's got its original dipole antenna, real rabbit ears with a bracket and everything. Kinda cool. So yeah. So I really don't know what really is wrong with this thing. I think we're gonna plug it in and find out. If we're lucky, it will work. If not, it will have issues. But given the fact that it still has the rabbit ears attached to it and there was no cable attached to it, it's probably been out of commission for some time. Who knows? Just spin this around again. And just because, well, I figure I'm going to have to tear into it. I went through my SAMs, and I did find a SAMs for the 1941, which looks identical. I mean, really, it looks identical. I'm trying to figure out what the differences are, but I can't find them. Can you? I don't have the clicker, unfortunately, but whatever. So let me get my little pocket signal generator, and we'll plug this in, and we'll see what it does, and see what we're in for. Okie dokie. Let's turn this on so we have some form of a signal.
Pasados 5 horas.
There's channel 6.
Sí, algo. Murió un buen amigo mío que es el arzobispo castrense de España.
Let's see
el
here.
arzobispo castrense es el arzobispo
Vertical hold, anybody?
de todos los capellanes militares del ejército. Ahí es como una
Let's reach around the back here.
Donde
Got a pretty bright picture. It says the
sacerdotes que
CRT is
atienden
still alive.
las fuerzas armadas, pues no pertenecen a una diócesis territorial en concreto, sino pertenecen a la arquidiócesis castrense que se llama.
We got a shrunken raster for sure.
Río, pues acaba de morir, un hombre excepcional.
Yeah, it's gonna blank there. It's got a good CRT. It's bright. That's encouraging. But we definitely got B voltage issues here, pin cushion issues. Let's turn all that off. Let's see if I can dial something in useful. We got 2 and 5. Varactors. That vertical sure is touchy. It's not locking in, or if it is, it's off frame here. Don't bother with me, I'm going to make everybody dizzy. Let's play with this switch back here. Well, let's see. Pretty good convergence there. Let's see what happens when we do color keyed rainbow. Wow, look at that. Huh. Go to color bars. Oh, we definitely got some shrinkage issues. It's looking like it's trying to die. Let's see. We lost our color. Getting pissed off. Oh, we got some loose connections going on there. Wow. Give it a little smack. Okay, so we got some issues to work through on this thing, for sure. But the fact that we have color and stuff is pretty amazing. Wow. Our, let's see, automatic. That oversaturates the crap out of it. The Luma spawner is not working. Whatever. I can move the numbers around to reflect the channels and stuff, but watch what happens when I whack the side of it. Oh man. So that's why they gave up on this thing, probably. So we got some issues. Let's crack the back open and take a look at it. Alright, screws are out. At least I think they are. Let's see if we can Yankee. Really? Alright, what's left here? Oh. I missed you. I think I got everything else. Nothing creeping around into the bottom here. Top's loose. Panel's loose. This interlock plug is fairly well fused to the set though. Oh, that took some effort. Wow. Oh, okay. Here's the inside. Look at how nicely laid out this is. I miss working on stuff like this. This is just so well laid out. Everything's nice and easy to get to. I see some Matsushita capacitors that are going to have to go for sure. Oh look, pincushion correction. We're going to need that. Look at that, vertical size, pin amp. You got all these convergence corrections too. Just trying to get in here so y'all can see it. A little bit of light maybe. There we go. Oh yeah. There's our convergence and focus block. Very cool. I'm going to assume this thing is replete with bad connections since all I had to do was wail on it. There's our tuner. There's your front panel board. Here's your IF board, sound board. This is going to be a long and tedious process. Last time I messed with one of these was back in the 1990s. I briefly worked for Helix TV and VCR. And these were just starting to come in the door. Sony's notorious for bad soldering. And I can just see by looking at this at first glance that there's going to be a lot of resoldering needed. There's your itty bitty little flyback. There's your red thing's your tripler and your focus block. That's your power supply right there. But all of this has to come out, and we got to do these boards one by one. Go over them. Resolder all the bad connections. This thing is in such nice shape. This one's probably going to be a keeper. I really like holding on to kind of iconic sets like a Trinitron like this. This is kind of like their top of the line thing. I have another one, a very early Trinitron that I'll eventually get to as well. But this is really, really nice. We're definitely going to go through and see what needs to be done here. Let's see if we can put it on its face without destroying it and take a look at the bottom of the power supply board at the very minimum. Alright, so here's our power supply board. Surprisingly, there's a R638 there. That one's got a crummy connection for sure. Otherwise, I don't see a whole lot that's wrong here. You get to the vertical and the sweep and the pin cushion. Some mod there that somebody made. It could have been a factory thing. Those connections there, those don't look all that great. And on that IC 501 there, let's see if I can get in close on that guy. He definitely looks questionable. The camera really doesn't show it all that well, but I'm looking at it and it's really poor soldering. So like I said, most of these boards are going to have to get resoldered. Especially the one here for the color and video drive. But that means that that's going to have to come out. That's not going to be fun to pull that, but never had to pull one of those. And we come up here to the CRT board. The CRT board definitely has lots of oxidized solder. Definitely got to take care of that. Let's come back over here to our horizontal sweep board. Take a better look at it. There's jumpers to change the size. And you got a centering control, or centering jumper there. This is one Sony made him pretty good. And let's see if it's even possible to get into this board. Probably not without taking this out. Take this out first and then you gain access to the back of this. But we definitely have to deal with that. And I'm sure the tuner is going to need resoldering too. The tuner seemed excessively sensitive. But you just wait to look at it. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. So you see kind of the crystallization of solder coming out of those leads. R1246, 1249, etc. All that's all crystallizing. It's going bad. You're going to have to resolder that. And it's not fun. It's a lot of work to do. But if you want it to be reliable and last, you got to do that. And there's probably a good chance that most of the electrolytics on here are good. I am going to replace the mission critical ones in the power supply. These purple Matsushitas just love to pee and short, so they're going to go bye-bye. I might change this. I don't really think it's going to need it. Sound back there too, degaussing thermistor, but yeah. So that's kind of a brief evaluation of it. It does run. It's got a lot of loose connections. All you do is whack on it and a bunch of weird stuff happens. So definitely got to go over the boards. So this is probably going to be a very long restoration process, multi-part type thing. But I'm looking forward to it because this will be a nice set once it's finished. And the convergence is already looking pretty good, so that's a plus. But we'll get it fixed up, get some caps replaced, resolder the boards, dial in the geometry and convergence, and this should be a nice set. So that's going to be part 1. Stay tuned for next in the series. Thanks for watching.